Hey guys, this video is it's for all you new guys that are on my channel. That I've told this story probably 1,000 times, and since I started on YouTube back in, I think it was 2015 when I started my very first YouTube channel. But and I'm sure if you go back through one of my many channels that I have, you'll probably find a couple of them where I've told this story before. But mainly, I'm doing this for Jim Bob, so that the next time he sees the name, he'll know what it is, why it sounds Indian, and he'll know I'm not Indian. Now, to start with, Watachi, uh, my dad brought that back. He was in the Korean War, folks. He was in the Chosin Reservoir battles. He was one of, I think, 25 guys left out of his battalion. He was in the Army when the Marines came in to save them. They were surrounded, my dad's battalion, and I don't know how many people died in that battle. But my dad ended up with 3 Bronze Stars and a Silver Star when he came out of it. But he was one of about only 25 that survived. And the Marines came in and saved him. And they were still shooting at the Marines even when the Marines come in, because they were hiding and crawling down on their bellies. They were surrounded. If they stuck their head up, they thought somebody was going to shoot them. And anything they heard, they were shooting back at. But finally, this Marine had crawled all the way, got up close enough to my dad, and was yelling at him, "We are the United States Marines. Would you please quit shooting at us? We're here to help you." And so that's when my dad and the rest of them guys put their guns down and let the Marines come in there and save them. And but he came back with this word Watachi, which is the Korean word. It's not spelt the way I spelt it. It's actually Watachi. And my dad come back from the war, and he was, or the whole time I was growing up and stuff, even other people called him Watachi, because that's what they called the military, the American military. The Korean, South Koreans called him Watachi, which means friend. That's all it means, is friend. Now, the running free part, I added because I've spent a lot of time around the Indians out west, folks. Me and my dad did a lot of work on Indian reservations and stuff, painting houses and doing government work for them. And so I spent a lot of time around the Indians. So uh, there's a lot of Indian stuff running through my head. So what I wanted to do, I used Watachi to honor my dad. Uh, and plus, it was a name I didn't want anybody to know my real name at that time. I was still trying to hide my identity and everything, so I needed a fake name. So I went with Watachi, and I wanted to make it sound an Indian, so I put running free behind it, which means friend running free. That's all it means. I changed the end of Watachi from IE to EE to make it look more Indian. That's why it looks Indian. We probably do have Indian in our family, because my family's been they landed in like 1608 in the Virginia Territory, and so my family's been on this dirt for a long time. So I'm sure we probably do have some Indian in us, but if we do, it's not a whole lot. I don't know. I really don't know. My sister did the DNA stuff, and I didn't get a full copy of nothing. I don't even believe that shit anyway. But anyway, so that's how my name Watachi Running Free come around. We're not Indian. I wanted it to sound Indian. Plus, I've got another channel but it's called Fakawi four-wheelers, which Fakawi comes from an old joke that I heard when I first moved out to Arizona. And somebody was telling me, man, did you hear what the Fakawi tribe has done now? I'm going, Fakawi tribe? I said, what the hell have they done now? What? And he's going, I'm going, wait a minute, what's this Fakawi tribe? And finally, Fakawi? No, that's not that. Oh, what the fuck? He goes, oh, yeah, that's this, they're like a hillbilly group of tribe of Indians that they live up here, and they're always either up in the trees or up on top of a hill or something. You can always see them, and they're going, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? So, when I was in school, when I went to college, folks, I went to college at 38 years old. I wanted to prove, my daughter was graduating high school, and I was trying to get her to go to college, me and my wife, and she didn't want to go, and she said, look at you and Mom didn't go to college, why should I? I said, all right. So I went down, I signed up for college. I went for 3 years, folks, and graduated. Actually with a 3.89 grade point average, too, on top of it. But anyway, when I was going to this school, one of the courses that I've been taking some Photoshop and Illustrator classes, and there was a class where I had to come up with a magazine. I had to make a magazine. And so I had, I don't know, a couple thousand photos of me, my buddies that we used to go out rock crawling and driving through mountain ranges and just out in the desert. We were everywhere out in Arizona, you know. We had everything. We had the mountains. We had the deserts. We had we had it all there. We could do it all, just depending on if you want to drive a little bit farther. And we even had Baja wasn't far from us. We could be there in about probably 5 or 6 hours. So we did a lot of off-road. And so I had all these pictures, and so I decided I was going to make a magazine, a four-wheeler magazine. And I did make it. And so I had to do a layout, and I was using the name Fakawi Four-Wheelers. And now my teacher was younger than I was. But he tells me, look, Brian, you ain't going to be able to use that word Fakawi, man. You're not going to be able to use it. It sounds like a cuss word. And I'm going, no, I said, that ain't a cuss word. He goes, it ain't? I go, no, that's an Indian word. And he goes, it's an Indian word. I said, yeah, it means up on top of mountain. That's what Fakawi means. He goes, oh, all right then. That's cool. Well, you can use it then. I said, all right, I appreciate it, you know. It went I got graded on it and everything. But that's how I come up with the name for my Fakawi four-wheeler channels, off of that Fakawi joke, which I made into a magazine. And it sounds Indian too, I know. But guys, that's just a little bit about me. And for Jim Bob, maybe you won't have to trash me over another race that I'm not even a part of, if you see it. Love you guys. Love you, Jim Bob. Even though you don't like Indians, I know that. Still love you. Jesus loves you. Follow the way. Just follow the way. People, do what you got to do to stay on that path. That's all I ask. Till next time, guys. Love you.